Good afternoon, everybody. This is Jack. This is kind of a follow-up on a topic we had on episode 113. On the news section, brought up to everybody that ELEGOO has released a updated Saturn 4 Ultra 16K, blah 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 blah. The big pushing point that I had was the heated vat on it, that it was literally this part of the actual vac mechanism without having to add anything. And Jamie brought up very correctly that they already have a heater that you see right here. When I first looked at it, I wasn't a big fan of how it connected to the thing. Obviously, it's been a very, very cold year. So I haven't been doing a lot of 3D printing. But I figured I'd give it a try. Amazon finally got it. I bought this with my own money. Nobody sent it to me. I'm not that lucky in life. So I haven't even opened it up yet, so I'm not even sure where the thing is. There we go. So let me see here. So opening up, you have the heater itself. Plug in, looks like some type of switch. We'll guess the mounting plate that goes to the back of the printer. Fan. Charcoal filter, maybe some type of air filter for it. I'm not really sure. I just ordered it. I didn't read what came in the box. I'm not a reader. I'm a figure it outer. User manual, bits and bobs, outstanding. Let's see what comes over here. This feels like power. Yeah, this is all power supply right there. So I'm gonna go ahead, power supply, normal, standardized plug, goes into a power brick, like so. Out of the way. That's everything that's in the box. So user manual. Let's see here how this goes in. Let's see here we have air outlet, real-time temperature display, outlet, temperature display, operational light will be somewhere right there, power switch right there, power interface, and then filter compartment, which is right there. So accessory list. Oh, so these are filters. These two things right there are filters. Let's see here. Adapter plate, like we talked about. So basically, yeah, you take off the plate on the back of it, and then you give it the old switcheroo. And so, luckily for me, I do have a resin 3D printer lid. So I am going to go ahead with gloves, because once those things get resin on them, they never go away. I'm going to install that right here, right now. Probably going to switch to a voiceover as I meander and bobble and all the other good stuff when it comes to it. Or might be some music. Depends on if I have anything to say about it. So as I put this thing on, I'm removing the back plate to attach it on there. The box that the heater came in didn't come with the right size Allen key to remove the bolts on the plate, but the box with the printer did. Removing it was easy, straightforward. Take off the 4 screws, put on the 4 screws. When the key stuff pops up, I'll pop up. That was me trying the Allen key that came with it. This is me using the Allen key that came with the printer itself. I have it installed already, because this is future past Jack. We'll go there. It does kick on and off. It cycles through, keeping it about 25°C. Don't know what that is in Fahrenheit for this purposes.
that is the correct temperature range that you want to keep your resin in. According to ELEGOO, for their resin, read what your resin requires. Don't take this as gospel. It kicks on and off. It cycles. After here, I probably will kick to some video of the actual unit itself doing its thing, cycling on and off. It is for me, it's a pain because it's an extra cable that you have to worry about plugging and unplugging when you're moving the lid about. Unlike the newer models that they have a flip up lid, so the lid is kind of stays there. This one, you either have to make sure you have enough slack that you can move your lid around, or unplug it from the back when you take it off and then plug it back in. During the summer, probably won't be that big of an issue because you won't be running it. My big concern then is the fact that you have this heater that is not heavy, but it's definitely a few extra pounds onto the lid that you have. So you drop that lid, not only do you have a chance of wrecking your heater, but you also have a chance of cracking your lid, which normally wouldn't. Right here, I'm having some difficulties. I put in that facing the camera top screw before I put in that bottom screw, and I cannot get it in. I'll go around, fumble around for a few minutes. What I end up doing is taking out the top screw, putting in the bottom screw, and then putting back in the top screw, and that seemed to work for me. But back to the actual lid usage. Just it hitting the ground. There are other ways of heating a vat. Some are with, I want to say, keg heaters or brewing heaters, I think is the technical term that you can do. With those, the issue with those that I have is that it generally takes some modification to the actual lid itself. Like right now I'm looking at a fast rack brewing fermentation heater belt. I will throw a picture of this up on the screen here in a second. This is what I'm talking about. You have to run the wires in and out to get it to do its thing, which is fine. But once you make those modifications, those modifications are there forever. So your mileage may vary with it. Let me go back to actually looking at it. This is where I'm still fighting with it. This is embarrassing looking at it. Oh, no, wait. I've already figured out that I'm an idiot, and I am going to put the bottom screw in first and then put in the top screw. Thank everybody that's holding. But yeah, so that's just some concerns. This for, full transparency. This video is gonna take place over a multitude of days. Once I actually get it in and going, I'm going to start a print, see how it does. Locally, the temperature right now in my part of the world is sitting at a nice 33 degrees, with an overnight temperature of 32. My printer is in a attached garage to the house. Even though it is attached, it still gets fairly cold out here. Generally, if it's 32 outside, it will be high 40s in the garage overnight. So I'm going to start a print, see how it goes, probably take some video of it. Haven't had really any issues out of the printer recently, other than the temperature kicking, causing some prints to fail. So I've just kind of stopped for the time being. Right here, this is when I realized the fact that those mounting holes right there are to permanently attach this heater to the lid, so it doesn't just roll around in there, because I'm an idiot, didn't realize that at the time. There's a couple different sets of screws that came with it. I used a flathead non-convex screws to attach it. On here at some point I'll show you which ones I used for it. I throw those screws on there and then cinch it down and then move on with my life. Yeah. So I've been using this for the last month, the heater. It's just work. It's loud, it's noisy. The printer's loud and noisy, but it kind of goes above that. But it's just work. I had one failure that was completely my fault. I forgot to cinch down the build plate. But other than that, it's been chugging along. Done nights where it's getting down to 30 degrees outside, so the garage is getting down to low 40s. Haven't had one failed print due to temperature. Been due to normal 3D printing issues or user failure. So yeah, it works. It's a good add-on, so long as you don't mind making your lid heavy as crap and then having to have someplace immediately off to the side to sit it, unless you want to go through plugging and unplugging in every single time. For the way I use it, which is turning it on overnight and letting it go overnight and turning off in the morning, and then doing my, taking on my print, cleaning, yada yada yada. It works fine. Do I think a heated vat would be more usable for a ease of use? Yes. Do I like the fact that it's on the Saturn 4 Ultra that tilts back and forth? No. But hopefully heated vats are where we're going to go to the future. I think it does a better job of heating up resin that you have in the vat. I still go through my normal resin heating process, which is sticking the bottle of resin in a sink with hot water, heating it up, and then adding it to it, because the resin that stays in there overnight, throughout the day, doesn't get hot enough to actually get the resin up to operating temperature sometimes. So $50 well spent, especially since if anything happens to that printer, I can whip it off that printer and put it on another ELEGOO printer. So thank y'all. Have a wonderful day.
There you go. Like and subscribe, and see ya.